Every night at 3:33 a.m., I get a phone call. It's me, screaming. The first time it happened, I thought it was a prank. My phone rang at exactly 3:33 a.m., jolting me from a deep sleep. I fumbled for it, squinting at the bright screen and not recognizing the number. "Hello?" I mumbled, still half asleep. The only response was screaming. Horrible, desperate screaming. The kind that comes from someone in absolute agony or terror. It was a man's voice, raw and breaking. I hung up immediately, heart pounding. Adrenaline surged through me, and sleep became impossible. I blocked the number and tried to convince myself it was just some twisted joke. The next night, at exactly 3:33 a.m., my phone rang again. Different number, same result. More screaming. But this time, something about the voice sounded familiar. Too familiar. A chill ran through me as I realized I recognized the timbre and pitch. It sounded like me. I hung up again and turned my phone completely off. My hands were shaking so badly I nearly dropped it. This had to be some elaborate prank. Maybe someone had recorded my voice and manipulated it. But who would do that? And why? On the third night, I was already awake at 3:33 a.m., staring at my ceiling and waiting. My phone was still powered off from the night before, sitting on my nightstand. It rang anyway. The sound cut through the silence of my bedroom, impossible and undeniable. I watched my dead phone screen light up with an unknown number. My body went cold as I reached for it, some instinct stronger than my fear compelling me to answer. The screaming was definitely my voice now, but distorted with an agony I'd never experienced. Between the screams, I could make out words. "Help. Please. They're coming. Help me." "Who is this?" I demanded, my voice cracking. "What do you want?" The line went dead. I called my phone provider the next morning. There was no record of any calls at 3:33 a.m. According to them, my phone hadn't received any calls during the night at all. I changed my number that day, bought a new phone too. Money I couldn't really afford to spend, but I was desperate. At 3:33 a.m., the new phone rang. This time, the voice, my voice, was calmer, breathier, like someone trying to speak while hiding. "Listen to me," it whispered. "I don't have much time. I'm you, 6 days from now. Something's happening. Something's coming for us." The voice broke into a sob. I didn't believe it either. "But you have to listen. Please." "Who is this really?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "This isn't funny." "Check your birthmark," my voice said urgently. "The one on your left shoulder blade. The one shaped like a crescent moon. When we were 8, we told everyone at school it was a scar from fighting off a wolf. Remember?" My blood turned to ice. Nobody knew about that stupid childhood lie. It wasn't something I'd ever shared with anyone as an adult. I made it up one day in elementary school, trying to sound interesting. "How do you?" "There's no time," the voice interrupted. "They found a way through. The tier is getting wider. You'll start seeing them tomorrow, in reflections first. Don't acknowledge them. Don't let them know you can see them." "See who? What are you talking about?" "Just listen. When you start seeing them, you have to go to Lake Maris. The cabin where Dad used to take us fishing. Do you remember?" "Yes, but..." "Go there. There's a box buried under the big pine tree, 20 paces from the front door. Inside is what you need." A piercing sound cut through the call, something between static and a scream. My voice, the other me, gasped. "They're coming. I have to go. Remember, don't let them know you see them. And get to the cabin. Please. You're the only one who can stop this now." "Stop what? Who's coming?" I was nearly shouting. "They look like people, but they're not." "There," the voice cut off with a choked sound. Then came the screaming again, more desperate than before. Wet, gurgling screams that suggested terrible things were happening to the source. The call ended. I didn't sleep the rest of that night. Or the next. I told myself it was an elaborate hoax, that someone had researched me thoroughly, found old school records maybe. There had to be a logical explanation. But the next day, I saw it. A flicker in my bathroom mirror as I brushed my teeth. A face behind my reflection, almost human but wrong in subtle, nauseating ways. Eyes too wide, smile too broad. It watched me for a split second before disappearing. I dropped my toothbrush and stumbled backward, heart racing. Throughout the day, I caught more glimpses. In store windows. Car mirrors. The black screen of my phone before it lit up. Always watching. Always smiling those two wide smiles. No one else seemed to notice them. When I tried to point one out to a coworker, she looked at me with concern and suggested I might need more sleep. That night, the call came again at 3:33 a.m. This time, there was no screaming. Just a wet, bubbling sound, like someone trying to speak through a mouthful of liquid. Then silence. I packed a bag that night. Told my boss I had a family emergency. Started the 4-hour drive to Lake Maris at dawn. The cabin was exactly as I remembered it from childhood summers. Abandoned now, windows boarded up since my father's death 3 years ago. I counted 20 paces from the front door to the big pine tree and started digging with a shovel from the trunk of my car. 3 feet down, my shovel hit something solid. A metal box, rusted but intact. Inside was a journal, my handwriting, but entries I hadn't written yet. Details of what was coming. How the tier between worlds had opened. How they were breaking through. And beneath the journal, wrapped in cloth, was a revolver. 6 bullets. A note in my handwriting, one for each of them. "Last one for you. Don't let them take you alive." That was 2 days ago. The things in the reflections are no longer hiding. I see them walking openly now, wearing human shapes like ill-fitting suits. No one else seems to notice how wrong they are. How they move like puppets with too many joints. They're looking for me. I can feel it. The journal says they want to use me to widen the tier. Something about my specific frequency, whatever that means. If they catch me, more will come through. The journal ends abruptly. The final entry simply says, I failed. I'm sorry. It's your turn now. It's 3:32 a.m. as I write this. My phone is sitting next to me. I've loaded the revolver. 5 bullets for them, if they find me. And 1 for me, if they do. The phone is ringing now. I know what I'll hear when I answer. I know why my future self has been calling, night after night. I know why he screams.